We shoot people on sight. But hey, aren't you one of the recurring characters on The Walking Dead? Well, come on in and spend an hour with us. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Jamie Hughes Show. My name as always is Jamie Hughes and today I'm going to be reviewing The Walking Dead Season 7. This was Episode 6 and it was called Swear. Before I get into this episode, as always, there are going to be spoilers, so if you haven't seen the episode yet, do not watch this episode, so let's go straight into it. And it was a Tara episode. Not sure how I feel about this. Before I go any further, I've got two sort of theories about this episode and two sort of feelings towards this episode. So I'm going to be quite negative to start with, and then I'm going to bring in the positive after. I'm going to layer with you some shit first, and then go for possibly the good stuff. So let's get into it. And yeah, from a thing really, like, do the writers? I mean, it's a brave move, giving a minor character. I hope you don't mind me saying that, but she kind of is. A minor like supporting character, an episode to herself, like a whole hour. And I get as I've said in episodes before, like you kind of have to build a character and a story. Like when they did it with Morgan early season 5, after you had like really loads of action, it worked because we've not seen Morgan for 3-4 series, so we needed to know how he got to there. So that worked. That really worked. But Tara, like, did this work? Because we already knew where she was. We knew that she'd gone out with Heath, so she knew nothing about Negan. She knew nothing about Denise dying. She knew nothing about Glenn dying or Abraham dying. So I kind of get that. I kind of get that you need like her to find out. But could they not have done that in like a 5-minute segment, not an hour and then a 5-minute segment at the end of the hour you've built this story? Because nothing happened. Nothing really and generally in this happened. She met a new group. That's about it. But here's the beginning of the episode. Here's the end of the episode. Nothing happened in between. There was no story building. There was no real character building because she started off here, she got to here, and all she'd done really was met a new group of women that she said she was never going to tell anyone about. So, in theory, we don't need to see that she's met these people because they're not going to come back into the show. Or are they? I'll get to that. But yeah, it just didn't make sense. It just really felt fillery, and it was kind of like after what happened last week where you had Carl and Jesus in the back of the truck, this felt like you could have built on to a natural storytelling episode. You could have had Carl and Jesus in the truck for an hour, and you probably would have got a better episode. But again, I digress. It just didn't. For me, it felt good, but it also kind of felt like they went for awesome moments more than real storytelling in this episode, especially with like the really cool bit with the zombies where they were in the sand, like pretending he's dead. Like it just didn't really work in one sense, but it did in another. So let me get on to my kind of good things about this episode. So that's like that's like the negative part of my brain. That's how I kind of half felt. But yeah, I kind of felt like this as well. That have they set a really, really long-term story in motion with this episode? Because right at the end of the episode, Rosita asked her if she knew anywhere that had guns. She said no. But again, she was grieving. She's not really the type to get revenge, so she wasn't thinking straight. She's not met Negan, as I said. She's not met Negan at all, so she doesn't know what Negan does or has done. So are we going to get this slow build to Negan doing something really horrible to somebody else, or even Tara, and then she's going to snap and she's going to tell the group about this, about I can't remember what they call it, like the fishing village group. So are we going to see that? So yeah, I think that maybe they've planted a seed for a story, and that's what I really hope they've done, and not just give us like a filler episode. Again, I keep using that term, but yeah, it's really divided me, this episode, because I said in one sense it was just filler, but in the other sense they could have planted this seed. I don't really know where else to go with this. I'm going to throw this question out to you. How did you feel about this week's episode of The Walking Dead called Swear? Let me know down in the comments, as always, to say I've give 2 theories. Maybe there's more. Maybe you know a bit more than me, or you've got a theory. Let me know down in the comments below. And I'm going to leave it here, so I will see you in the very next episode of the Jamie Hughes Show. If you did enjoy this video, please leave a like, please comment, please share, and subscribe, because you will do me a huge favour. Yeah, I love you all. I will see you in the very next episode. Trot.